G'day everybody, hope you've had a fantastic week. I am back from about a week and a half away from the markets with some fishing and camping and total disconnect from everything. So it's good to be back, and I'll be back to normal as of tomorrow, where I will be doing a free newsletter that will go into absolutely deep depth diving on the top 10 and also the news items that have happened over the last sort of 2 weeks. I didn't do a free newsletter last week as I was just not in reception. I was on the beautiful Clarence River, and this week I'll be catching up on last week's news as well as the week before as well. So it's going to be an absolutely jam-packed free newsletter. Go to thegrowmeco.com to get on that one. But just quickly, I want to have a look now at Bitcoin because, wow, what a couple of weeks it's had. What a week it really had. Let's check this out. The week closed up 10%. Now you heard me speaking about this candle and the break of the high and all this sort of stuff for a long time. Well, it came back down, retested this level, which was a level I spoke about holding and hoping it held. And boy, oh boy, it did not disappoint, pushing last week to all-time highs of 125,850. Let's call it a really stunning week, and a week that was needed for Bitcoin. It was starting to look a little bit, hey, how you doing? Now, as it stands right now, look, even though we have convergence, I mean, this is not the trend that represents, this is not the time frame that represents the trend the best. I think a 2-day and probably the weekly are the better trends, but we have convergence from this high to this high. It's not that big of a deal, to be honest with you, because this is the move. But it is strong. The market has been very strong. Of course, from that low to where we are at all-time highs, it's a 15% bounce. We know Bitcoin can do that, and a few more strong days like this, and we are absolutely laughing. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a pullback, to be honest with you. We've gone up 15% in a straight line. There's no more to it than that. It's been an absolute straight line. To see a pullback, I mean, it's hit all-time highs. It's pushed through all-time highs. It's struggled a little bit. To see it consolidate or pull back to 120 would be the preference for me. I'll wait and see what goes on. But there hasn't been too much in the way of trading on the 4-hour or the higher time frames. Where the juice has been those lower time frames, and that's where you want to be jumping in and out of the markets with your cradles and breakout strategies. Now, Ethereum didn't do a great deal. It did move, but nowhere near as much as Bitcoin. Having a look here at Ethereum just now. Last week it was up 9%, but it just didn't have that same strength as what Bitcoin did, of course, pushing to all-time highs. Ethereum still not quite there, a little way off, not too far. We're waiting for 5,000, let's be honest. It's a good start, though, a good strong bounce from the cradle zone. Once again, from the old resistance, it did hold, it bounced, it moved, and things are looking really good for Ethereum. But the standout has to be said, it is Binance. Binance on an absolute tear. Have a look at this. We talk about trends, we talk about the cradle zone, we talk about how I trade with Treculus in this zone. Here we go, bullish candle in the cradle, move, back in, move, back in, move. It works. And it's been a phenomenal run for Binance. Last week, what a doozy, up 17.5%. Not only did we go through $1,000, we smashed through $1,000, nearing 1,200 as Binance sits at all-time highs right now. Really good to see the biggest exchange of our market. It's a really good barometer of things to come, in my opinion. I think with Binance pumping really well, I think it's just a matter of time until we see other markets push on as well. Now on to Cardano. Very sleepy time here. Look at the weekly, not much occurring. Yes, it was up last week, but nothing to speak of. It's really struggling to find any form of consistency or trend on the weekly. Doge, very similar. There are higher lows and there are higher highs, but not a great deal going on. Needs to break the high of this candle for some extension to the upside. Solana pulled back into the cradle zone, 190. Rejected that bullish candle last week of 8.5%. Now what I'm waiting to see is if it can break up through $237.17, meaning we've broken the high of that bullish weekly candle. That can then see Solana sail on higher. XRP has been slow for quite some time. It's holding around that $2.80 and $3 mark, in and around that for the last few weeks. We need to see it really move out of this little consolidation zone. It's banging around a bit, but realistically, we got to get above $3.20 to see this move properly. It's kind of a big range right now. Have a look. From down here, sort of through to that $3-ish, a bit more than $3. We're banging around in there. We clear though that consolidation, we start to see further upside. Tron creeping along, but when it pulls a bullish candle in the cradle zone, like here, like over here, we tend to get good moves. So wait and see if we break the high of that market, of that candle there on Tron. Link the same, it pulled back in. There's a bullish candle, not very, sorry, I shouldn't call that bullish because it's not. It's a green candle. It's an indecisive candle, slightly bearish. But again, it's back into that right zone. A rising tide lifts all ships. Next up is AVAX. I'm still long on the break back here. In fact, there was an opportunity to trade this pulling back over here in this bullish candle. Now, I didn't because I wasn't there, but a really nice looking chart. I really like AVAX. I am still long on that breakout that I gave to you all, well, you know, going back 4 or 5 weeks now. I've been talking about this breakout for what seems like forever. Bitcoin's dominance chart, what's going on? Well, look at this on the weekly. We've had a big push back up. Have a look on the daily. This is Bitcoin creeping along, Bitcoin's dominance, sorry. We're now back into that weekly cradle zone. What we want to see here is this to go fadoof, down. We want to see alts go fating, up. And we want to see Bitcoin continue to climb as well. That's what I'm hoping to see. Bitcoin's dominance has crept up from 57 or thereabouts up to 59.16. Total market cap still looking good. This was the bullish candle I spoke about for weeks and weeks and weeks. It broke the high, it pulled back. It did not break the low. So if this was to be a trade, my stop loss would be underneath the low of that candle. The low of that candle, 3.64 trillion. The low of this candle, 3.66 trillion. So it did not take out the low. Therefore, it's kept on moving and pushing to new all-time highs, hovering above $4 trillion. That's what we want to see. Next up is others that I like. It just really needs to get this, it just needs to clear. That bullish candle, the break high, really good start. Another one here. We just need to get ourselves up through 350 billion. It's as simple as that. It's still remaining patchy. You know, we're seeing a better move on total. We're seeing fantastic moves on Bitcoin. The others markets, so everything outside of the top 10 has been slow. Now, as I say, guys, tomorrow will be my free newsletter. It will go out tomorrow afternoon, Australian Eastern Daylight Time or Standard Time. Either which way you look at it, it will be tomorrow afternoon for Aussies. It's going to be jam-packed. It's going to be a deep dive because I did not do one last week, given that I was on holidays. I am recharged. I am refreshed. I had a battle with a 7-foot brown snake and survived it. And I'm just so pumped to be back, having a break, man, having a break. You know, I live and breathe this stuff, and when you take yourself out of it, like no reception, right? I want it so much more, and I'm so enthusiastic for it. So don't miss tomorrow's email newsletter. It goes out, tomorrow afternoon. thegromycode.com. If the link is not below here, go get yourself on. It's going to be an absolute ripper, and I can't wait to bring it to you. Have yourself a fantastic week. I'll be back in the trenches with you as of tomorrow morning. Bye for now.